Pre-order the Clownfish TV comic book right now on Indiegogo. Go to clownfishtvcomic.com. That's clownfishtvcomic.com. This is a fun collection of all new comic strips based on dumb stuff we've said on the show. Again, that's clownfishtvcomic.com. You're gonna have to hurry. We're only taking pre-orders for a limited time. Now we're gonna get back into the show. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And critics have seen Disney's live-action Little Mermaid reimagining remake, and they have opinions, and they are mixed. They're very mixed. Now, there is a review embargo on this film until what, like the 22nd or so? That's what I've heard is the 22nd. Okay. So it's a while yet, but they are allowed to talk about it somewhat on social media. Now, depending on where you fall with this movie, that depends greatly on what the takeaway is, because this is definitely a glass half full, half empty scenario. Okay. Because we got people that are like, hey, this movie's great, she's great, it's all great, it doesn't look as bad as the trailers make it out to be. The CGI is actually not completely terrible. And other people are like, nah, this is lifeless and dull and stupid, and the fish looks weird.
Yeah, but if you say you don't like it, then you're automatic. That's a you problem and you're racist, which is not the way the way the media should leverage this, because it's going to actually hurt the film by doing so.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is Twitter, right? So of course you got this. Oh, now the racists are fuming because it's getting good reviews.
Actually, the most complaints I hear about it are it looks really dark. That was a refreshing, bright scene.
Yeah,
it looks very, very dark. They don't understand why they're changing the story and the music so much. And the friends, Flounder, Sebastian, it's gotta look really, really, really creepy.
Yeah, there's definitely some uncanny valley stuff going on.
Mostly or they wish that her hair was more red. Those are most of the complaints I hear.
Yeah, I mean, race swapping aside, actually most people have said that most of the reviews consistently said she is the best part of the movie. They said that the CGI is not good. Some of the plot decisions are not great. And but other than that, I guess her and Melissa McCarthy are actually pretty good. People said they're pretty solid. So is it going to make $1 billion? I have no idea. This is one I've said multiple times, for those of you who actually sit through the videos, I have no idea how this movie is going to do.
No. I mean, right now they're predicting it's going to be like about 110 to 111 million 4-day opening weekend, which I told you before is literally like right in the middle of the live action movies that have come out theatrically. A couple of them, got split or just put on Disney Plus. It's right in the middle. Yeah. And that's not as good as Aladdin.
No.
So that's where it would be.
But Aladdin made bank too, but that was before the pandemic. So.
That's just fact. Based on the estimates, that's fact. That's not my opinion. That's not me shitting on it. That's just where it would fall if that turns out to be the case.
Well, that's just like, we said what the mainstream media said, where Guardians of the Galaxy, it did better than the worst case scenario, but it's still not good by Marvel standards.
It wasn't what they were hoping for. Yeah, no. Exactly. But that's hate speech. So,
that's hate. That's literally hate speech.
So yeah, this one I'm hearing mixed things on too. Again, I think we'll know more when you're allowed to like post reviews and things and read them.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be more context, but we know how Rotten Tomatoes works, especially with Disney movies, where they will take a very middling review and say, yeah, it's fresh.
That's true. Yeah, it's better than the worst case I expected when, kind of thing.
Yeah, so people, again, they said Halle Bailey is fine, Melissa McCarthy is fine, but they said it's endearing but uneven. It doesn't deliver the magic of the animated classic.
They usually don't, ever.
No. There are plenty of creative touches from Rob Marshall to float the audience's boats. But yeah, they said that, the cast is okay. I mean, I was looking at screenshots. I'm like, why does this look so dark? Like Kiss the Girl, they had and I'm like, it looks unfinished and very, very dark.
It did not look good when the boat turned over. It looked pretty bad. Yeah, they're like, oh, it's charming, but incredibly spotty. Halle Bailey, is it Jonah Hauer-King, Melissa McCarthy, and Javier Bardem, whatever, put their heart and souls into a film that can't escape its animated legacy, which basically translates to the animated film was better. I mean, that's what it is. I mean...
They won't say... So here's the thing.
They're too afraid because you're racist. No, You can objectively say, and it's going to be the case because it's almost always the case with live action remakes, the animated film was better. So why waste your time?
When you get invited to these things, you can't, if you want to get invited again, you can't just come out and say, hey, yeah, I saw the movie. It's dog shit. The movie
no offense to our dogs.
The movie's terrible. It looks awful. Don't go see it. They will never invite you back to one of these things again, ever. So you have to be very tempered.
You can say, we'll try to say it without saying it, is what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But everybody, it's not the actors per se, and it's not Halle Bailey that's the problem.
That is the thing. And here's...
Look at that. It looks not good. Look at this. Wee.
It looks like a Pantene commercial.
No, but the crab. I'm not talking about her hair. I can't stop looking at the crab.
Sebastian. All right. But yeah, I mean, what I'm seeing is...
The Little Mermaid.
I have that one. The Little Mermaid will be the most horrifying film since Cats. So this is coming from The Guardian. And The Guardian, we know, is pretty far left. And they're even like...
Well, as a racist, confirmed, obviously.
Obviously, they're
you don't
racist.
like it, so that's not because you might have valid points, not because the CG looks unfinished, not because the friends look scary and petrifying and put kids in therapy. It's because you hate black women, you know.
Pretty much, yeah. They said that Disney is aware of its diminishing returns as everyone else is, which might explain why it's throwing everything at this month's remake of The Little Mermaid, and they're running out of A-list movies to remake. You know, they've already burned through.
Stop remaking the movies. Let's make new things. I'm like, that. No one wants this shit. I don't know how many times they have to perform for you guys to understand that. Now, I will say, I saw the one collectible doll Disney put out for her. It was a $150 doll. It's a very pretty doll. I would buy the doll.
I saw
like
that.
The doll. Anyway.
It said MTV has released a clip of the movie. This is why I saw the Kiss the Girl.
Yeah, I was not impressed with this.
Now, Kiss the Girl was never the best part of The Little Mermaid because it, as hard as a song about a crab who's freakishly invested in the sight of a human getting off with a mermaid.
That's not what it's about. It's because she's going to be, turned into kelp or whatever the hell she's turned into.
And so it represents perhaps the most niche type of pornography ever depicted in a Disney
here's the
movie.
thing. Like, he goes, to kiss her, and she stops and turns away. And people are like, why would she? She'd be like, yeah, baby. I don't want to be, whatever they turn her into, that plant thing.
Yeah.
But they said, apparently, if you read the novelization, it's been changed now. That somehow she doesn't know that she has to get the prince to kiss her because of consent. And I'm like, well, then what the hell's the point? And why don't her friends just tell her, hey, she erased your memory, but you need the dude to kiss you, or you're going to turn into whatever thing you turn into in this film.
Right. Get it on, or you're going to be seagrass. So it said because the crab was hand animated in the original, it actually worked and they could keep it, it didn't seem like it was perverted or anything. The remake, however, cannot achieve this because it is leaned into Favreau style of photorealism. So when a fish suddenly lurches out of water to implore Eric to kiss Ariel, that's exactly what you're seeing. I laughed. I saw Flounder come out. It's like, kiss the girl, kiss her. I'm like, it's a fish. It's just a freaking talking fish coming out of the water. Tell her to kiss. It's so dark. There we go. Do her, Eric.
That's not what he's saying.
Get it on.
There's a difference between kiss and do, okay? They're not the same thing.
But look at the lifeless dead. Like, it's just a fish.
It's like fish lips, kiss your girl.
There's no emotion. It's just a talking fish.
Wait, a fish, talking fish, like the one that told Tony Soprano the big pussy was an informant in The Sopranos, but hornier.
I know I'm supposed to be like a kid, and I'm supposed to be like your best friend who's a kid, and I'm also a fish. But I really want you to get it on at 16 with this Prince guy.
That's right. Okay. If nothing else, this article is vastly entertaining for the writing. Worst is to come, however, because seconds later, a bird comes flying in out of nowhere. A giant, realistic-looking gannet, all claws and beak, the sort of bird that could absolutely terrorize a human if it wanted to. However, the bird is here for one reason and one reason only: to goad the member of the royal family into having it away with a mermaid.
It's terrifying, but nothing compared to Sebastian the crab. The main problem here, Sebastian looks very much like an actual crab. I don't know whether or not a real-life crab has ever come up to you and started aggressively urging you to kiss a mermaid, but it isn't pretty.
Well, usually if it has happened, you need to either seek therapy or you have drank too much.
So it looks like Disney is going to finally, they're talking about how forgettable the live action remakes are. Disney's going to get its way. We're all going to remember The Little Mermaid. Unfortunately, we're going to remember it primarily for being the last thing any of us see before we clawed our eyes out from the horror.
I don't know how. I think it's a little dramatic too. I think it's over the top dramatic, but yeah, I mean, it's very, very dark. The jokes.
Do it.
The jokes that were in the comments on Twitter. One person had like a flashlight, like where, and it's like, here's the movie. It was like a black screen.
So dark.
Everything was so dark. Now I don't think all the movie is going to be this way, but it's not selling the movie when you keep showing really, really dark scenes.
Yeah. So I mean, look, people are saying that it's not the worst thing ever, but I'm not hearing like glowing praise. It's definitely mixed. And again, you really have to be careful with these early reviews because people are going to say what Disney wants them to say because they're not going to get invited back.
We also saw early reviews for Guardians of the Galaxy saying, it was like they'd have positive, but they'd have a lot of negatives in it. And now people are saying it's a really, really good movie, minus the parts I don't want to watch. So, you can't really go by this yet. I think we need to see more reviews, but it is interesting that people are basically saying what we thought, which was she's good. The friends are scary. It's really dark. The CG's not done well. And why the hell are we doing this? Because the animated movie was so much better.
Yeah, some things just do not work in live action. Talking, singing, fish do not work.
Well, they keep changing things too. They said several elements of the story were changed. Song lyrics were changed for consent and things like that.
For consent. Kiss the girl, but only after you get a written document that says you can kiss her. It's notarized, and you've posted it to Twitter so they all know it's okay.
But you only can kiss her. You can't do anything else because then you didn't get consent for that.
Yeah. Oh, God. Anyway. I was just thinking it's wrong. Ariel, open your legs.
No. Stop.
Open your GD legs.
Stop. Not without consent. That would make it so hard to get married or anything. It's like, well, you did get all the notarized papers, so you give me consent before,
Pretty much.
Consent for the kiss, consent for the after.
Consent for the house.
Why don't we parents, why don't you have kids yet? Well,
bank account.
we ran out of money. We got tired of paying the notary for all the consent forms.
Oh my God. Okay. So this is, look, Insider. It's mostly paint by numbers, highlighted by a few great performances. Not as good as the animated masterpiece.
Everybody's saying it's not as good as the animated.
Charming but spotty, endearing but uneven.
That basically means, yeah, it's okay because I don't want to be called a racist, but it's
Best Disney live action adaptation to date. That's a very low bar. Retains the heart and soul of the story we all know and love, and is elevated even further by a note-perfect star-making performance by Halle Bailey. So a lot of people said she's good. She's actually really good.
Well, you're not allowed to say she's not. Even though I honestly think she sounds like Ariel, and I think she can sing very well, yes.
The VFX aren't always perfect, but far better than some subpar trailers would leave you to believe.
Yeah, they keep showing that. That's interesting, because the trailers they show don't show that. Like I'm saying, the boat tips over, it looks really, really, really bad.
Okay, so the purpose of the trailer, the purpose of the teaser is to get you to want to see the movie, but so far the trailers and the teasers have had the opposite effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, show the good stuff. Unless the good stuff wasn't ready yet. They're still working on it.
This is interesting. This person said those who are going to like it are going to like it because it's real simple. Are you excited for The Little Mermaid? You'll like it if you are. It's exactly what you think it is. Are you skeptical and worried about it? That's valid too. It looks weird and disjointed. Bailey is great. McCarthy rules. The songs work, but it feels very unnecessary.
That is every live action Disney movie. The only one I will give a pass to, lately, I think was, well, one, I guess it kind of started with Alice in Wonderland. Like that was okay because it was kind of a different version.
Yeah, because they really, really went like out, like the same with Maleficent. They made it very different.
Yeah, but the one that I would give a pass to is actually The Jungle Book, and I blame The Jungle Book for all this crap because it actually, I believe, was an improvement on the original because the original was very bare bones, you know? But again,
it was done back in time. They were just using pencil drawings as their...
Yeah, and I think Walt died during the production of it, so it was kind of like all over the place. But it's also kind of creepy because you realize that all the animals are CG, so the kid that played Mowgli was basically running around in his underpants for a bunch of grown men on the... That was kind of weird.
I don't think they
But
looked
it's
at it that
Disney,
way. Well,
so-
it's Hollywood. They probably did.
It's Hollywood, you know. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how it's going to do. I think it's probably going to do okay opening weekend. And people are going to be like, yeah, that was weird. God, that was nightmare fuel.
Well, I know what's not going to help it. What's not going to help it is if you keep putting out trailers like the one you did for Kiss the Girl. What's not going to help it is if you have the media out there telling anybody who has a problem with it in any way that they're racist. That puts people's backs up and they're not going to go see your movie.
People will boycott the movie just because they're like, well, you're going to call me names. I'm just not going to
That's not going to help. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. We will talk later.
Bye.
Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.